I saw the hit motion picture Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. You ever heard of this one, Joe?
I saw it way, way back when it premiered on HBO. It was like they would show the new movies on Friday nights or something, and I remember watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was an 80s movie. It's not, it's a 90s movie. I first saw this around the time I saw Sin City, because that was the first thing I saw Mickey Rourke in. And I was just like, oh, I gotta see what else this dude was in. So I saw like this and Domino around the same time. And we talked about Domino recently. It's okay.
Yeah.
So old Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. This Mickey Rourke's Harley Davidson, Don Johnson's the Marlboro Man, and they're just a couple of, cool outlaws doing things their own way. Mickey Rourke, some dickhead who rides a Harley, but for some reason he wears a jacket like a fucking idiot on a crotch rocket would wear. And old Don Johnson is dressed up like fucking Walker, Texas Ranger. He's trying to fucking pool shark some engines out of their money, and they get into a fucking squabble in a bar, and wacky antics ensue. So old Harley and the Marlboro Man, they head out to like their home bar, like their base, the bar they grew up in, or some shit. Big John Stud's there. He's arm wrestling fuckers in the back. And they get together with the multicultural ethnic group of friends they have at this bar. And the fucking owner's like, oh, I love you guys like my sons. But these fuckers are raising the rent. And I just don't have the money to pay for it. So old Harley, he's just like, hey, let's rob a bank. But they don't end up robbing a bank. They end up robbing an armored truck. And everything's going well until these motherfuckers who look like Mr. X or a tyrant before he transformed, they're all wearing like Kevlar dusters and shit. So they're just like, oh my God. They steal the bags, get the fuck out of there. Turns out these bags are filled with liquid crystal or some made up stupid movie drug that doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe they thought they were going to get sued by big cocaine. So they had to make up this screwy drug. So one of the fucking Baldwins, those are his drugs, and he happens to own the bank who's gonna fucking take their bar away or whatever. So it's just these fuckers. Or no, Tom Sizemore's the bad guy. One of the Baldwins, like his number one or something. Anyways, it's just them going back and forth, shooting each other until the very end. A fucking helicopter blows the fuck out of a fucking skyscraper, and then Tom Sizemore gets kicked out of the fucking window, and they all live happily ever after, except for everyone who fucking died. It was pretty good. There was violence and some fucking blood and gore in there, but if it had like a little more extreme gore, and if somebody like a main character was just given an over the top wacky performance, like this shit would have been stone cold levels of awesome. It's pretty good. Some wacky and wild shit does happen, and it is all just, entertaining, funny bullshit. But if it just had that little bit more, I liked it. It's better than I remember, but once you see Stone Cold It's like you gotta come with some shit, dog. I saw Stone Cold, motherfucker.
And this came out around the same time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
early 90s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember liking watching it when I saw it. I haven't seen it since, but it was definitely one of those tough guy dick slinging movies. It's like they're fighting and talking a lot of shit while they're fighting. The one liners and stuff that are supposed to be funny that kind of come off as corny, but it works. It works for that kind of movie. Uh,
I mean, you're watching shit called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. You
so
know,
as I remember it, but I didn't remember the plot at all until you until you were, recapping it there.
Joe, I also didn't remember a single fucking thing that happened in this movie until I rewatched it. And the only thing I remember is just the fucking helicopter flying up with the fucking mounted machine gun just blowing the fuck out of the skyscraper. This would recommend there, Joe.
All right.
Would recommend.
I'll rewatch that at some point.
You should. It's good stuff. Hot stuff.
All right.